ManyChat has a new email feature, and I'm going to show you how to set that up, and I'm going to show you that now. All right, let's get this party rock and rolling. So today we're going to talk about the new feature that ManyChat just came out with, is the email, allowing you to send emails directly out of ManyChat. And this definitely is very timely because of the changes that Facebook's making to subscription messaging and the 24+1 rule, which is going to go to 24 hours. And we need ways to get the subscribers back into Messenger if we're outside the 24 hours. And using email is a great way of doing that. Just a caveat here, the email process here in ManyChat, you do send out an email, they cannot reply to the email. It doesn't go anywhere at the present moment. I'm not sure if that's going to be changed in the future to create a true CRM within ManyChat, but we're going towards that. There's definitely some good steps forward to maybe accomplish that. For right now, the email goes out, and really look at it as getting your subscribers to interact with you again within Messenger, to open up that 24-hour window so that you can give them an offer. Granted, you can put the offer in the email to get them back in. So let's get started here. We're going to first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through, there is a document, blog post from ManyChat. We'll kind of walk down through that throughout this video, but I'm going to also add some things that you can do to, make it sweeter, make it easier, those types of things. So we're going to go over here, the link to this document. And so some people, like to read this stuff. And obviously I just do videos most of the time. So the link will be in the description of the YouTube video. So basically, to do the email, you need a pro version, and you need to be on the pro version. And what we're going to do is set up the initial bot setup. So I am in my test account. We're going to go over here to settings, and we're going to go over here to email. And so what we need to do is we need to agree to the terms and service. Basically, using email marketing for keeping engagement with people who are already expressed interest in your brand via ManyChat. And so you could read down through this. It's basically saying, hey, don't spam people. Don't, do the right thing. Be compliant. And if you're not, ManyChat does not take any responsibility for you not following the rules. Basically, that's what it's saying. So I'm going to accept it. So once I accepted it, it's going to come up and say, hey, you have free email sent to 0 out of 15. Total email sent, limit status is 0 to 5,000. So what you're going to do is I'm going to get 500 free emails because I'm on the 500 pro plan. My understanding is you will get the number of emails per month free based on the subscribers that you have. So if you have 5,000 subscribers, you're going to get 5,000 free emails each month. And you could use them any way you want. All right. So the first thing you need to do is, once you accept the terms, we're going to set up the contact information. So I'm just going to use CubMediaVox, and I'm just going to use 123 Main Street, if I can spell, any town, Wisconsin, 53888. All right. So once you have that information in, and basically it's just indicating that international spam law requires that all marketing emails include a physical mailing address and contact information. So you just have to make sure you got that in there so then you can follow the rules of international spam laws. Because obviously there's people out there that like to break the rules. Unfortunately, we all have to then follow these guidelines. So once you do that, then all your information is in. All right. So that's step one in the document. Basically, you're going to set your stuff up, and then you're going to get consent from receiving emails and email address, similar to the SMS, which we haven't gone through. Basically, you can get them to opt in. And so ManyChat has provided a flow to get you started. You can click on this in there. I really didn't want to do that one right there. I'm just going to go back here. I already have it open. So basically, it's a flow that ManyChat says, hey, you can copy this and use it. One of the things they did add this smart delay in here. Apparently, some people are having issues. I'm not sure. I use the user input block all the time for text, people typing in information. And then I go to right to a condition block to check to see, did they type something in that's acceptable? I don't put any delay between it. So I'm not sure why we have to put a delay in it. I don't know, because the email is getting saved to a system field, not a custom user field. It's a system field. So I don't know if there's a delay with the system getting it in there before the condition fires off, and so they stuck this smart delay in a minute, which I think is way too long. So we're going to make a little change to that. So I'm just going to save this to ManyChat, and I'm going to save it to everything bot. And now we're going to go look at it. So now I'm in it. And this is going to be used to opt people in. All right. Something similar. And I would use some of this wording, provide you, this is not so much, the SMS has some wording that really needs to be in. What I would do here, and we're going to kind of go through this flow here. Let's go through this flow. And we're going to So that's what they're doing here in the document. They're kind of going through the flow, what you do here, and then you can check the email, and then to make sure that they entered something so that you can go to the next step. All right. So we're going to walk through this right here. I'm going to walk through here. All right. So first thing you're going to ask, and you can do this in any way, you need to use this very similar process whenever you're doing asking for the email in this feature. So we're going to say, would like to provide you with our last news input, important updates via email. If you want to continue, please confirm your email by clicking below. If your email was changed, please fill a new one in. So I'm basically telling you, hey, if the email that is in the little bubble, the quick reply, isn't right, type in a new one. All right. And you can word that any way you want. I don't word it this way. I'd word it a little differently. But if we look at this here, when you're setting up a user input block to do this, you're going to pick email. You can leave the skip button if you want, but here's the kicker here, is save email to system field. So what it's going to do, it's going to save it to a system field called email for each user. And it's going to save that, and you don't have access to it directly, but I'm going to show you a little trick that we can do. So, because here you would save it to a custom field, but here it's going to a system field. So once you get it, what I would do is I would not do a smart delay. I mean, you can, but a minute's too long. I mean, you want to get them going to the green, and so that you can get on with what you want to do with that. All right. So what I would do is I'd delete this, and I'm not sure. I'm trying to get an answer on why this is happening. It seems odd. Like I said, I use user input block all the time, and I collect to typed in, and I check it right away with condition. I have no problem with the field being filled in by the time it gets to conditions. For some reason, this doesn't seem like it's there instantly. So we need a delay. So I would do a message, and I would put a delay with no typing for 3 seconds. You could bump it up to 5 just to make sure that gets there. And then just put a blank message. Just put one blank in it. It's a hack to get around this so that you can use the delay block. And I wouldn't be waiting for a minute. All right. So that's what I would do. Then I would continue it off the bottom and run it to this way like that. All right. And I'm going to switch this around. So now we have this. We're asking for it. So however you want to ask for it. All right. I mean, it could be that you have daily offers or weekly offers or monthly offers, or whatever it is. You might have a newsletter that you send out once a week. Whatever it is, I would use it to opt them in. And in later videos, what I'm going to do, I'm teaching you just how to get it set up here. Later videos, I'm going to come up with ways that you want to use this to engage your audience. Right now, let's just get it set up. So I would do that. And then you're going to check the system field. So let's go in here. And I'm going to show you, here's system fields. So, you got the full name, you got the gender, you got all the stuff that used to be there, subscribed, opted into SMS, phone, opt them into email, and email. So there's things that the systems, like these are tags. These opt-in tags, these are fields that are holding data, and they're system fields. But as you could tell in the user input block, we can't save it to our email field. And unfortunately, at this point, because of the opt-in and the legality of it, ManyChat's not going to allow you to use the email that you've possibly already collected from your subscribers. So unfortunately, it's kind of starting at the beginning. And you can explain, hey, we got this email from you, and could we, I need you to opt in so that we can send you offers through emails. I mean, you're going to have to explain it in some way that you're going to get them their email again. I know it's a pet peeve of mine, getting asked for emails multiple times when I've already given it to you, but you need to explain to it and say, hey, due to Facebook rules, we want to reach out to you and we have new offers. And sometimes if you haven't interacted with us, we need to contact you and we need to use email or SMS as we go in that video. So what I would do here is now you're checking. So you're checking to see if the email is valid. So the system field. And if it does, what I would do is delete that. Now add an action. And in that action, well, let's do this. Just trying to figure out if we really want to do that here. What I'm going to show you, because you still have to, please click I agree to confirm opt-in to receive email letters from us. So you still haven't got them opted in by getting their email. You have to ask them again. And this is the legality part of it. Don't leave this part out. ManyChat's included all this. They've hired their attorneys to review all this and just make sure that we stay compliant. Because these things are helping us definitely keep our subscribers interacting with us. And they're trying to come up with ways to offset what Facebook is doing to Messenger. Unfortunately, marketers took advantage of it and it's screwing it for everybody. So ManyChat's coming up with ideas so that we can keep them engaged and keep them in Messenger. So definitely keep this in here. What I would do is once they agree, unless you want to get the email right away that they entered an email, you want to save it right away, I would probably do it here because then they agreed. Oh, actually, I can keep that. Never mind. Put that there. All right. There we go. So it's going to action. What I would do is, and so here is a new action. All right. It's right here. Set SMS opt-in, set email opt-in. So what it is it's an internal tag that you're setting with that action. All right. You don't have to do it like here, add a tag, because it's internal. And so that's part of this flow. So you need to do that in order to use the other parts later to send emails. All right. So now what we're going to do is in this action, we're going to add another action and we're going to set custom field and we're going to find our email and we're going to set it to email. So now, just in a backwards way a little bit, we're getting the email for the email system and ManyChat, but we're also getting the email so that we can use it for whatever we want. And you can save it in a custom field. You can also show you another way. It is available in Google Sheets. And so let's just do this. I'm going to insert a row. Test email, and I think sheet 1 might have it. Email, there you go. So if you could look down through, there it is, email. So you can save it to Google Sheets as well, directly from the system email field. So they've opened it up so that you can access it and put it into other things like a custom user field and Google Sheets. So you could save that. Let's just do that. Let's finish this. First name, last name. All right. So you could do all that with that email that you collected. So there's a way to collect it. Basically, like I said, you're going to ask agree or disagree. If they disagree, okay, let's continue, continue communication via Facebook, via Messenger. But if they do opt in, send another message. Thanks. We will now send you useful information, special offers, promotions, news, and alerts via email. So you're kind of going to omnipresence. You're going to show up in email and show up in Messenger, and later we'll go through the SMS one. So we're going to publish this. All right. So we published it, and let me do this. I'm going to go to audience in here, find me. And you'll see that I don't have any of the opt-ins or anything like that. I think I said a email. I'm going to clear that. I think that's what we were using. A email. Yep. All right. So I cleared that. So what we're going to do is we're going to preview this. And it should come up here. There we go. Hi, Jeff. Would like to receive last news or important updates via email. And I'm going to use a different email. I'm going to use jkavinsky@gmail.com. All right. I'm going to use that one instead. And now we put that little delay in there so that the system field comes up, but we're not going to wait a minute. And so I'm just going to say agree. And there we are. All right, and so now if we go back to the audience, we should be able to look at me. Oh, there I'm opted in, and there's my email for that opt-in. So it gives you both things. And now we're going to look at a couple things here. Let's go look at a email, because we were going to update that. Oh, there we go. A email is updated. And then if we go out to this, there we are. I got added. So all the actions that we put in here fired off right here. Go back to the document from ManyChat. So the user consent request, and so I requested it, and yep, I got that in. Now let's move to an email setup in Flow Builder. So let's say we want to send them an email. All right. We're going to go through this part right here. So what you're going to do is we're going to go in here and create a flow. So we're going to create a flow test email. All right. I am going to double click out here, and I'm going to do send email instead. All right. So that pops up. And according to this, you need to put in a subject and a pre-header. The other blocks like the headline, text, image, and button are optional. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill everything in. I'm going to say donut. And actually, now see there's a subject. So, you can use emojis. So I'm going to put donuts in mine. Donut offer. All right. And that's going to be my subject line, my pre-header. And it's weird because the pre-header, I think, is when it's in your email box. So I'm going to put get your donut offer today. And then the headline, here is your weekly donut offer. And then I'm going in here. All right. So I'm going to get this image, put that in there. All right. And I'm going to say, click the button below to get this week's offer. All right. And then I'm going to click this button, and then you can send it to a flow. So, like I said, the idea is to use this to get people back into Messenger so that they interact and open up the 24-hour window. Now, granted, you're giving them an offer. You probably need to send them something. I mean, it could be a newsletter. It could be, and like I said, these are things that I think going forward with some videos I'm going to do and say, hey, you can use this to do this like you used to with broadcasting, and come up with some great ideas. Right now, we're just going to get it set up. And so right now, we're going to say, I'm going to start another flow. And that flow is going to be, actually, no, let's just do this. I'm going to say open. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm just going to do another message. And that message is going to be, here you go. Show this to the cashier. And you can put an image in. And I'm just going to use the same thing so they know they're getting it. Let me see. Here you go. There you go. Here you go, Jeff. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the starting point to the email. I'm going to get rid of this. reorganize this a little bit. All right, and I'm going to get rid of that. So that's your email. This is the email that'll be sent. And then this is where you're going to send them once they click on the email. So I'm going to publish this. All right, so I'm just going to add an additional idea. I was thinking after I kind of got all this video done is that, they're clicking a button in an email, which has a ref URL behind it. So they are taking the action to come back into Messenger. Though what you could do is a great opportunity to actually ask them a question and get some more information. So you can tailor future offers or tailor certain things that you're going to send them based on that within the emails. So what we could do is if we just deleted this line here and I created another message. So what I did is I would just come off here, double click, send message, and get a message. And then what I did is I took this out of there and I put a user input field. All right, so that's what this block is. I'm just going to delete that right now. And we're going to connect it to this message. And what I did is, like I said, I grabbed a user input field and I just said, hey, Jeff, excuse me, quick question. Before I get that offer to you, what is your favorite donut? So we're asking them a question that down the line, we could actually use that to segment them into another list that, let's say they enjoy cream-filled donuts or jelly-filled donuts or whatever it is. Now we could actually segment them into that category and send them offers for those. This could be for any niche. And basically what I did is it's just going to be a text. So they're going to type it in and I'm going to say the answer and a answer, but obviously you can make a more descriptive custom field. And then off the bottom of this, then you're going to give them the offer. All right. You get an interaction here. So it's an additional thing to make sure you're compliant with Facebook. Now, granted, like I said, they're clicking a ref URL to, initiate coming into Messenger. And it would be just like they're clicking a link on a website or off an ad, that type of thing. So it's very similar to that. But it's a great opportunity, I think, to get us a little more information and to become have a more one-on-one conversation with them because you're gaining some insight on what they like and don't like. All right, that's it. So I wanted to kind of share that idea. All right, so let's preview this. And by previewing it, it should send out to me. All right, I'm just gonna test this out this way. So I'm gonna preview it, and then I'm gonna go to Gmail, and there it is. So you can see that here's the pre-header. So if we go into this and look at this, the pre-header, get your donut offer today. There's actually the subject line. So the subject line is there. Get your donut offer today. That's the pre-header. So the pre-header shows up in here, get your donut offer today. So there's a pre-header. And then it goes into the offer itself. All right. So, okay, and then here's your donut offer, click below. And so I'm going to open this up and you can see, and we have that and everything comes from Everything Bots. Here's your weekly donut offer. Click, the button below to get this week's offer. And so you're going to get them back in. And if you can see here, and even in the email, here's all the information. Here's your company name. Here's your mailing address that we entered and powered by ManyChat. And so then I'm going to hit Open Messenger. I'm going to open this up. It's going to take me back to Messenger. Now it's opened up the 24-hour window again. And it says here you go, Jeff, show this to the cashier. And so there you go. We got this offer right here sent to us. And so you could use this like in a sequence. something like that. And so, like I said, in the coming weeks, we're going to look at ways that we can use this, different ways that to engage people. But right now, here you get it set up, test it out. So I want to do today, I want to get you guys set up and test it out. And so if we go back to the document from ManyChat, and I should be able to go into live chat and see that I've had some things sent to me. Here you go, email sent. And then I clicked on this, and so it's showing me clicking on this rough URL. Basically, it's a rough URL that's in the email. And then it shows me what I got. So that's kind of cool. Let me see here. So we looked at that. And now another way you could do it is you could send a broadcast. And so let's just kind of look at doing that. So we're going to send this as a broadcast. And basically, when you're looking at doing broadcasts, it says to send an email broadcast, you need to go to broadcasting section and set up an email block as a starting step. So that we did do that. We have the email, send email as a starting step. All right. So this could be sent as a broadcast as well. I mean, I was just testing it out to be sent. Now, granted, if you preview this and send it, I don't know if it may go to other people. So just be warned, if you're doing a preview and testing it, it could go to everybody that's opted in. So I probably wouldn't do it that way. Right now, I'm the only one that's opted in, so I'm the only one that's going to get it. But if you do preview here, I have a feeling it's going to probably send it to everybody that's opted in. All right, so just be careful with that. I'm going to go back in, and what we're going to do is we're going to go, I'm going to get out of live chat. I'm going to go to broadcast, and I'm going to say broadcast from flow. Select that. All right. So there it is. That's the flow that we want to send. And so I'm going to go to next. And I do not have subscription messaging. So I'm going to use non-promotional content. And that's what they say here to use. We recommend non-promotional content broadcast. Then we just have to select the tag. The key is this is not going out to Facebook. It's not going into Messenger. It's going out in email. And they're going to click on something to come back to Messenger. So Facebook doesn't see it. So what ManyChat's kind of doing is using this within their system to bypass, basically it's not going to Messenger, it's going to email, and you can use what they already have built within the system. Smart thing. They're reusing stuff they already have, which is great. So let me go back here. I got to remember where I was. Oh, here we go. Non-promotional content. I'm just going to pick a tag, business productivity, so that I pick the tag. And then condition is that's going to be the key, is you're going to say opted into email. And I should have one. So if I took that out, I have 64 people. This wouldn't have gone to 64 people because it's an email. But just to make sure, obviously you want to pick opt-in for email. And I believe that's what they're saying to do. Yeah, target it to the people that are opted into email. And then just send. So we're going to go back here. And I'm going to send now. And I'm going to push it out. And I'm going to send it. All right. So now I broadcasted it again. And I should have a second one here. Yep. See the little 2 right there? So I got it twice. All right. So basically, and then you click it like I did, and then you come back into Messenger. So it's a great way to bring your people back in to Messenger and using email to do this. All right. So I showed you a couple different ways you can do it. You could put this in a sequence. You could do a bunch of different things, but like I said, I'm going to come up with some ideas on how we could use this in real life use cases. But like you said, I showed you, you can broadcast. So once you get people in, you can broadcast an offer out, get people back in. You could do newsletter. You could do whatever, however you want to do it. All right. So the last thing is looking at the metrics as far as what you've used, the billing and stuff. And so if you go to audience, I'm going to go to settings. So that if you go to billing, you're going to see that SMS and email, that type of thing. And you're going to see, you can view the billing. Now, obviously, I haven't been billed for any of that. So you can see that. If you go to email, you're going to be able to see that I actually sent 6 emails now. I was doing some testing, 6 emails. Now, there is some people that had said in the group, and I actually experienced it with one of my emails, is I never got it. It does say it was sent. So I'm going to turn this into ManyChat support and say, okay, why am I not getting the email here? I don't see it in a spam folder. I'm not filtering things out within that email, so I'm not sure where it went. Just make sure that your spam filter is not, picking them up, and maybe it's going into spam, junk. So if you test it, check those out. We just have to make sure I'm not having any problems with my Gmail. And I heard some people that had problems with Gmail. I'm having problems with another one that's another product that we're building, a chatbot, and it's a different one. And that one worked fine too. So I'm not sure. My Jeff at CubMediaVox didn't work. And I don't know where that email went. So I'm going to be checking to see what's in it. You got to remember it's in beta. So, you can see what you've used and all that stuff. And I think that's it. You can probably look at next 2 months. It's a beta version. So, could be some issues. We just went over this. And then you should see some stats. Now, I don't know. I was looking at the stats before. If I go out here, yeah, see, it's not saying anything about stats here. Not updating yet. So, it's in beta. So, but you should be able to see some things here. And so maybe the ones that I didn't get didn't show up for some reason. So, all right, that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. Well, that concludes our video for today on how to set up the new ManyChat email feature right in ManyChat. We walked through how to set the initial setup in the settings. We went through on how to get actually the opt-in so that people can opt into the email and follow the rules and the laws. And we showed you how to set up the email using the send email message block. And also how to send that either through just a preview. Just remember that it would go to everybody. So if you're testing it, make sure it's only going to one person like yourself. Also, how to use a broadcast to send that out. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. I'd be happy to answer them. And as always, like the video, share it across the world, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. Click the little bell so you do get notification when I upload a new video. Down in the description, I have a link to a great Facebook group. Come on and join us. All like-minded people sharing things. And as always, have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.